Today I will be demonstrating how to wrap a 2009 Toyota Prius. Some of the tools that you'll need is a squeegee, nice to have some knife tape, a heat gun, scissors, and a tape measure. After measuring and cutting your piece of vinyl for the fender, you want to start placing your knife tape in areas where you cannot run a knife around the seam. The type of knife tape that I'm using for these tight turns is 3M's Design Line Tape. When using knife tape, you want to place a large amount of excess tape at the top or bottom of your work so that you can pull the little string out from underneath the tape and have a good handle for when you're trying to cut the vinyl. Now I'm going to stick it in the top right and try and pull as hard as I can to the left to get the vinyl to stretch. Now I'm going to pull the sheathing off the back of the vinyl and start to pull it down and stretch it over the fender. Now I'm stretching it to the left to try and pull all the creases out. I'll begin at the top right, sticking the vinyl down, all the way down to the headlight. I do not want to work in any divots because I will have to use the heat gun to stretch the vinyl down. So I'm just working where it will be easy, using my finger if I find any hills, and moving kind of quickly. At this point, I notice that I won't be able to stick the vinyl down into the crease at the headlight, so I pull out my heat gun and I try and warm up the vinyl there to allow it to stretch. Now I'll just push it into the... I cut a relief here to allow it to go into the crease at the bottom of the headlight and at the top. After that, I trim up the vinyl around the wheel well so I could pull any air pockets out of the vinyl. After pulling out this air pocket, I have stretched the material to where I need to use the heat gun to shrink it. If you pull on the material after heating it up, you will stretch it beyond repair. I'm now trimming the vinyl above the mirror so that I can make a relief cut to place it onto the fender right around the mirror. This is a hard thing to do if the mirror isn't off. It is always suggested that you pull off any components that can be taken off, such as badges, mirrors, door handles, headlights, before you start wrapping a car. After sticking down the vinyl across the whole fender, I will now be able to start cutting the seams, making sure to cut as far away from the fender as possible in these jams, like I am right here. When cutting this wheel well, I'm giving myself about a ½ inch lip so that I can tuck it around underneath the wheel well. The proper way to use knife tape is to pull off the tape, exposing the string, then placing your thumb over top of the tape and pulling on the string, causing it to cut the vinyl and the tape. After using the knife tape, it will leave its tape underneath the vinyl. You'll have to go in there and make sure you remove it all, or else the edge of the vinyl will not stick. You might have to trim up in a couple of areas like I had to right here around the headlight. Just take your X-Acto knife and finely cut around the headlight, making sure not to scratch it. Using the heat gun in high impact areas on any part will allow the adhesive on the vinyl to stick better and last longer. I spent about 1 hour on this fender with moving the camera around and explaining some things. It only took me about a minute and a half to take the wrap off the fender. This is the beauty of wrap. You are able to put something on your car that is way cheaper than painting it, and you can remove it after you do not like it or it gets old. Wrap vinyl usually lasts around 2 years. If you are planning on changing the color of your car and you don't know if you'll like it, I suggest wrapping it.